ICLSE 2024 for the further proceedings. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, one and all. Most respected and beloved founder president of ICLSE, Dr. Radhakrishnan Nair, sir. Madam, please be here. Respected and beloved Shekhar Seshadri, sir, beloved principal of MTTC, esteemed guest, ICLSE, a pioneer organization in the field of life skills and life skills education, making a lot of effort to sensitize and extend life skills and life skills education to all the segments of the society, and to strengthen these activities so as to learn from the rich experience and expertise of the eminence who had been contributing significantly to the psychosocial perspectives of life and education. The association come up with a practice of inducting honorary members to our beloved ICLSE. By inducting such eminence to ICLSE, we believe that ICLSE is being honored. So this year, we have identified 4 eminent personalities who had been very committed and contributed in an indelible way in their own specialization and seeing the lives and education in a comprehensive conceptualization, down to earth and committed throughout their life in a very sincere and significant manner, with the gifted knowledge, with the expertise and the networking. We have Shri Gigi Thompson, sir, IAS retired. We proudly request Gigi Thompson, sir, to accept this induction as the honorary membership of ICLSE. Please, sir. I request Shekhar Seshadri, sir, to honor him. One minute, please. This way.
Shri Gigi Thompson IAS was a former Chief Secretary of Government of Kerala. During his official career, spanning 36 years, he has held many important posts both in Government of Kerala and India. He was a sub-collector of Muvattupuzha and Alappuzha, District Collector of Palakkad, Managing Director of various PSUs like Kerala Civil Supplies Corporation, Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation, National Cooperative Development Corporation, National Agricultural Marketing Federation, and National Tribal Marketing Federation. He was a principal secretary to many state government departments, including Revenue, Investment Promotion, Higher Education, Non-Resident Keralites Affairs, and so on. After seeing his pioneering work, he did as Secretary of NORCA, Government of India, and created a separate ministry for overseas Indians.
With due polite and affection. I request, as the President of Indian Association of Life Skills Education, Professor M.K.C. Nair sir, to accept our honorary membership. This way.
Professor Nair is a true leader in both his vision and actions. Very early in his career, Professor Nair had recognized the social, economic, and cultural values of child development in nation's life. He recently worked towards developing new screening tools and innovations, training method for 3 decades, and now is globally acknowledged as a pioneer in the field. Trivandrum Development Screening Chart is one such example, which forms the backbone of national child development programs.
I request the young, vibrant, political scientist of the country, Professor Suman Kumar, to accept this honorary membership of ICLSE. Please, sir.
Professor Suman Kumar, Department of Political Science, Rajdhani College, Delhi, is an expert in Indian politics and thoughts. He is well versed in life skill education and its relevance in the present scenario by incorporating human rights. He has various publications including Mission 370 and Beyond, Contemporary Narratives of J&K. He also served as a bursar, Member Administration Branch, University of Delhi.
I request the vibrant, scholarly professor of psychology, who had been there and always be there to the cause of life skills. And I have a personal remark to make. This young professor has one of the professors who taught me life skills and life skills education. With due honor and respect, I request Professor Dr. Baby Shari to accept the honorary membership of ICLSE. Please, madam.
Professor Baby Shari is a distinguished academic and psychologist who serves as a professor in Department of Psychology at Calicut University with a comprehensive educational background. Dr. Shari has been devoted member of the academic community, having held various positions such as head of the department, Senate member, chairperson of Board of Studies in Psychology at University of Calicut. Now, we are moving on to another auspicious award ceremony. Council for Teacher Education Foundation, CTEF, South Zone is honoring Dr. S. Sridevi, former principal, Government College for Teacher Education, Thaikadu, Thiruvananthapuram, with National Award, Emeritus Teacher Educator 2024 for her dedication, passion, and unwavering commitment in the field of education. The CTEF was formed in 1985 by Professor Gulab Chowshiri, a visionary and veteran teacher educator of Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. The CTEF has many chapters in India and a few in abroad. For administrative purpose, the CTF has 4 zones in India. The CTF South Zone has instituted a few categories of awards as incentive to its members and is presenting from 2018 onwards. The award consists of a citation and a memento and is distributed during the annual conferences of CTEF. CTEF South Zone expresses its gratitude for allowing to distribute the award to the veteran teacher, educator, Dr. Sri Devi ma'am.
Dr. S. Sridevi is a teacher par excellence. With over 40 years of experience, Sridevi ma'am brings with her a wealth of experience, knowledge, and a legacy of excellence in education. Her dedication to the field has not only enriched the lives of countless students, but has also served as a guiding light for generations. She is an eloquent speaker in Malayalam as well as English language, an author and a great facilitator. She embarked on her professional voyage as a high school teacher, dedicating herself to shaping young minds. Over the years, she has taken on the role of a teacher educator, sharing her wealth of knowledge and experience with future generation of educators at multiple esteemed colleges. I feel immense proud to say that ma'am was also a faculty member of our MTTC.
Thank you. Now, I request any of the delegates of ICLSE 2024 to come over the dais and share your valuable reflections about the conference.
Most respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. This side, Dr. Balayogi, Assistant Professor, Unity College of Teacher Education, Dimapur, Nagaland. On behalf of all the participants, presenters of this 2024 International Conference, my dear respected audience, January 2nd to January 6th, 2024, this 5 days International Conference come pre-workshop conducted by this prestigious college in Thiruvananthapuram. All the sessions of all the 5 days, whether it is a preliminary talks, paper presentations, symposiums, interactive sessions, whatever the name you talk, whatever the name you say, these 5 days are really enriching for all the participants, especially the young and junior and 21st century research scholars. The information which is given by the eminent professors from different parts of the India, and we are glad and we are fortunate that to present in this international conference come pre-workshop on research methodology. Whatever the topic you take, whether it is research methodology, whether it is the psychology, whether it is the philosophy, whether it is the education, but the important discussion, the important topic of this 24 is life skills in education. The information given by the professors is really awesome, and I hope all the students fraternity, especially for the B.Ed, especially for the M.Ed, and also for the research scholars, the topics, the content, the subject, the area, whatever they are given is really awesome, and I hope in the coming days for your research, for your training, and especially for your life, this life skills is very, very important. Some of the areas which they touched, some of the videos which they shown during their presentations, really heart-touching. Those are the areas are very essential from lower position to the top position. My dear respected audience, this is the room for us in this four walls of the room when we go out, and in the classrooms also different areas they touched by the eminent professors. Those are the areas, those are the topics we need to take care, not for listening, not for writing. Some of the students, I know some of the students, they're written in their books when the lecture is going on, but that is not up to the level. What we want from this international conference is, out of this room, we need to take those areas and we need to share to our parents, to our neighbors, to our community people. Then only this international conference will be a huge success. And most of the people, those are sitting over here, the success, the mantra is practice, practice, practice. They've done it in their real life situations. So young generation, 21st century students and 21st century research scholars and junior faculty members, senior faculty members, whatever it may be, the ideas which they given us, the knowledge which they shared us, the wisdom which they given with us should be taken care. When I go back to my institution, when I go back to my college, the 5 days knowledge which I shared, I promise you on behalf of all the audience that we'll definitely implement in our regular institutions. We definitely share in our colleges and we'll practice in our life also. Thank you very much.
I request any one more delegate to share the valuable reflection about the conference.
So very good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity and for this making this conference a great success. So I'm Nishant from Madras School of Social Work. So we all came here, and our students and my friends is around 22 students, and my beloved HOD, head of the department, Dr. Subhashri Namali, and a son Sudarshan, who's doing his visual communication right now. So we actually, we can say it was a fun learning, and sir's lectures were very interesting, and his style of saying you was very awesome. And I have listened to a lecture yesterday. It was on about how to take care about ourselves, and the things he taught us was very interesting. And also the paper presentations were very good. Our students learned a lot from the other delegates too. And I wish I'll be also joining the next conference with you all. Thank you.
I kindly request Pramila Thapa ma'am to share her reflections about the conference.
Thank you for giving me opportunity. Respected dignitary guest on the desk and off the desk. So, coming from Nepal and finding different opportunity and getting lots of opportunity to learn, grow, and have different networkings, having different foods, seeing different smile face, seeing great hospitality. This is really amazing. I never accept this much hospitality, this much warmness I get from Kerala. This is really great for me as well as my nations. So talking about this conference, my organization also one of the co-hosts. Thank you, Nahir sir, Radhakrishna Nahir sir, he is my mentor. I don't have what to say thanks because sir recognized me and given me opportunity to grow and understands my feelings because I really connected with life skills. I didn't know that much importance, that much greatness we have inside of the life skill educations. If we want to live happy, healthy, and high performance life skill education, that really works. Because I already practice, I already overcome these all scenarios because everyone have life in ups and downs. But life skill education help us to live in simple, happy and healthy, and then we can have wonderful connections, wonderful heart we can find. Thank you so much, Campus Chief Sir, our Indian Life Skill Education President Sir, especially thanks Nairson and all delegates. It's really, I don't have words to say thanks. This is really grateful for me. Really, I will expand as well as these informations and these skills to other country. Thank you so much.
Now I request Professor Shekhar Sheshadri ji to have few words.
Friends, I was commenting to Rama and to Radhakrishnan Nair during lunch. Following the fantastic conference that Suman had organized at Rajdhani College in Delhi, the last time we held the conference, what has happened is that the whole structure of the pre-conference workshop, and last year it was basically on research into life skills, and we had a whole 2-day intensive deep dive into research paradigms. The observation that we've had is that this conference has reached a level of content and richness and the kind of depth that is required to embed our discourse on life skills within the reality of where India as a country is positioned today. It would interest Mr. Thompson, because he's a services officer, to know. I'll just give you a couple of examples. Dr. Nair had actually gone to the Ministry of Social Empowerment, of Social Justice and Empowerment, to look at the whole concept of life skills as it relates to the world of disability. Now, we think of life skills in schools and all that, but for the large population of individuals with disability, what does life skills mean? And we had a very intensive roundtable discussion yesterday, sir, and we hope that this will give rise to a position paper that we can next take to the ministry to really look at, within the dispensation of NEP on the one hand, the Rights of Persons with Disability Act on the other, and the work of organizations like underserved populations. This is one example of the fact that we are represented in this conference by Nepal, by Sri Lanka, and online by Maldives. The conference is truly getting international. The other remarkable thing about the conference was there was a session where we called teenagers to speak about the subjectivities of their lived experience. And we felt this was important, friends, because the notion that knowledge arises from double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized controlled trials is poverty of epistemology, because it misses out on the subjectivity of lived experience of people. There was a very interesting question that was put to Dr. John, who is the principal of this college. Do we learn more from life, or do we learn more from teachers? And it was very interesting to address this, to say, I guess we learn more from teachers who teach us in the context of life and its realities. And life is not always a bed of roses for people, particularly for children and individuals who grow up in the context of adverse life experiences and adverse childhood experiences. This conference has taken detailing and programming to a level of finesse and a level of quality that is going to set a benchmark for the kind of conferences that we will hold in future, not just in this association, but as a benchmark for other associations as well. My congratulations to the team and to the always equanimous Rama and the staff of this college and the set of institutions. As our friend from Nepal pointed out, the warmth and hospitality has been completely remarkable, not to mention, of course, the delicious food. And we look forward on the behalf of the association for more numbers to actually come down for the next conferences and contribute to the emerging scaffolding that life skills provide to the citizens of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request Sri Gigi Thompson, IAS retired, the honorary member of ICLSE, to have few words, please.
Hello, friends. It was indeed a remarkable achievement to organize this program in Trivandrum. And as I said day before, I must at the very outset congratulate the team who worked so hard to make this into a reality. So my hats off to all those team members led by Dr. Radhakrishnan Nair, and I'm very confident that this program will come out with very practical suggestions, because yesterday also we participated in some discussions. It's one thing to talk about life skills, and say that this is very important and this has to happen. But then we should also realize that if this has to take roots in our minds, this needs to be implemented in a methodical fashion. Of course, I am trying my level best to inculcate these skills among the students, school students of the state, and of course we are also going to other states. Hopefully it will become a pan-India program. But then it is, as someone who is practicing this idea, I find there are a lot of stumbling blocks. Yesterday we had a very limited time to talk about the lethargy on the part of the universities. Unfortunately, none of the university vice chancellors are here. The former vice chancellor is here, and the vice chancellor in charge is here. Central University, I won't include in this. I'm only talking about the other universities. The total lackadaisical approach towards this concept is really heartbreaking. I had meetings with some of the VCs. I told them, they were convinced in private talk and all that. They say that this is something that needs to be done, but then nothing happens. And the blame goes to the syndicate or to the decision-making body or the university. But whatever it is, we have to get this done. I am a bureaucrat. I believe in getting things done. There's no point in talking. There is no dearth of ideas in this country. There is no dearth of planning in this country. And where we fail miserably is in the field of implementation. This has been my experience for the last 4 decades. So I always tell my people, that you see, if you are not able to bring in changes in the country, it is mainly because, number one, perhaps you may not have the right vision, you may not have sufficient determination, and more than that, you may not know what to do next. The next steps are very important. So this is what I want to emphasize. And of course, the Indian Association of Life Skills has got a limited role, in the sense they cannot go and implement it. They can only suggest that this is the way to go forward. But it is for the others to take it up and get it implemented. So I hope this conference will become a talking point, and they will also pressurize the government agencies to move forward. I'm really happy to hear that the foreign delegates all liked our state, the hospitality, the food, and the other aspects of this program. That all goes to the credit of the organizers. And I must tell you that I'm also very delighted. I am to become an honorary member of the Indian Association of Life Skills Education, and I promise I will do my best for enhancing this idea. Thank you very much.
Now I request a delegate representing Sri Lanka.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great privilege and honor to be here. And I came last Tuesday and started our program with joining with the pre-workshops. We try to start to share our knowledge from Sri Lanka and to wider expand with sharing our knowledge. I think this is a very good experience we got, not only theory but also culture. And I think for me, most enlightenment event or a session is the Professor Sheshadri sir's session, where did with the children. Most of the international conference always forget about the children, but here they bring the children and they did with them, where I think children are our future. They are the next generation where hold the country or a nation or the world. I think if we can't improve their life skills, so I think there's no meaning to talk about it. I think you did the great thing here. We are really, really appreciating. And we will bring that message to even Sri Lanka and tell that when we're conducting any conference, we shouldn't forget about the children. Thank you very much for inviting us here. Actually, our relationship starts with the 3rd International Conference itself, and we are hoping to continue our relationship far more beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request a delegate representing Maldives.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank you that we got the opportunity to be part of the team even, and also we had a good experience, and we are honored that this is the first time that we are involving in this. Of course, in Maldives also we had life skills in a way, but hopefully after this experience, we are just taking a bunch of experience, the shared experience, and also a lot of resources we are going back. And also we had a good, fruitful meeting today. Of course, we will say our word that in future we'll be building up the relationship with all the delegates from other neighboring countries. And also we are looking forward to join in future even to make this happen. And I'm sure in Maldives, next time you will see that this will be implemented. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request a delegate representing Martheophilus Training College. If nobody comes, we will represent. Now, for the last 7 days, we are the family members of that.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, myself Arya, I'm a BEd scholar of MTTC. So, ഈ ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാം വളരെയധികം ഞങ്ങൾക്കൊരു ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രോഗ്രാം ആയിരുന്നു. And this is the first time that I'm attending an international conference. And so this is the first time that I'm attending an international conference. It was such a beautiful moments that I got, and I also got a chance to present a paper. And that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, to join with us. Thank you.
Now I request our honorary member, Professor M.K.C. Nair, sir, to speak few words.
So good evening. First of all, thank you for making me an honorary member. It's a great honor, and with that comes a lot of responsibilities. I was just sitting there thinking, what are the highlights of this conference? I didn't attend the whole conference. Surely I can't talk about the food. Unfortunately, I didn't have that. But I'll talk about the whole perspective. Is life skill a new subject? Yes or no? No. Who was the best life skill expert? Have you ever seen in your family who was the best life skill expert? Grandmother. More than mother, I believe my grandmother was the best life skill expert. Because we are a small family, you know. We are only two. How much? How much? How many members? We are only this many members. How many? Correct? You can't see this? How many? 1.5? 2? No, 11 members. And I am the last. So the way my mother, grandmother have built a family with definitely difficult grandparents, grandfather probably, isn't it? Those days, 100 years ago, they were tough and real difficult. So probably we must learn that don't go for books or Western literature to teach life skills. Life skill has always been there. I think I was so happy that somebody mentioned on the line. Look into our family and say how they manage to do things. Now, life skill is not achieving. Life skill is not achieving. Life skill may be required for achieving. But the quality of achieving, what do you mean by quality of achieving? If I achieve something by making so many people unhappy, genuinely unhappy, then have I achieved something? No. So you can achieve by making a lot of people happy also. If you ask me which was the best period of my life, first of course was my MBBS days in Christian Medical College, Ludhiana. As a student, we enjoyed it. But the second best period was 5 years as the Vice Chancellor of the Kerala University of Health Sciences. Okay? Because that's the time I had no tension whatsoever. I really enjoyed. What is a life skill? Nobody taught me that life skill, how to be a Vice Chancellor. You don't become Vice Chancellor and get a second chance. No. I only had one skill, and that is man management. For the man management, what are the things that you need? You need to have policies, clear-cut policies. So I made 5 policies. And number 1 is, even if God himself come and tell, I will not go against rules. That made things so easy. Nobody dare ask me to do things, something, which there. So that is a life skill. How many of us can do that? Now I don't bother about it so much, but as a VC I did do that. Second one, of course, the biggest problem in all universities for teachers is what? Examination. No meddling with examination. And one sentence I said became viral was, I said, before you give the internal assessment, don't even think of God. Put the pictures of your children in front. Do justice to the child. Otherwise, 7 generations of your children will suffer from that. Yes or no? Do the teachers think like that? Why? Because just for 1 mark, half a mark, people have lost for internal assessment. As if our assessment is so perfect, done like a computer. No, it's all subjective. So why should a child fail for that? And third one is 100% student friendly, where a student can walk in without appointment, principal has to take appointment. That made it whole thing. 2 more. The fourth one is give respect, take respect. Don't think you are the great vice chancellor and all. No, you just, when the slot was, that thing, lottery, that goes round and round. You don't know which one is going to fall into. I just fell into that. That's all. Just think like that. If you do that same process again, I may not come in there. Okay? What life skill is this? What life skill is this? And the last, of course, have time to listen to children. They have a problem, I have the time. So life skill has to be developed. Don't go by the life skill that WHO has said, 10 life skills. This one, that is only basic stuff, like for a doctor learning anatomy. But you need that, but you won't reach anywhere with that alone. For every job, you have to learn life skill. And the students, the best life skill I want is that they should have the guts to come up. Somebody come from there. One of the students, please come here, join me. You are going to speak after me. Please come. One student, anybody. Sir, if they are not coming, your conference is not successful. Because the basic thing a student should get is the guts to come up. Don't say anything. You are coming? Yes. After me, you will talk. Okay. I won't say anything more. I think this is the last one. One more point, which I am working on now. Life skill also involves what is called self-counseling. Self-counseling is, you should be able to cover you should be able to identify your problem and make solutions for that. I will stop here. Please continue, madam. Introduce yourself and continue.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Abhirami GS and I am from the first year Bachelor of Education batch. So I am very proudly standing here and we are very glad that we could be a co-host of this international seminar, and we are very pleased that the Life Skills Education Association has selected Matthiophilis Training College as a destination to host this 9th conference. So it is my pleasure that I can see that the efforts of last almost 2-3 months come into a great success in this valedictory function. Our teachers, the eminent delegates on and off the dais have been working very hard in order to make this function this grand success. And standing at this final moment, I can feel that how much we have come so far listening to all the 3-day workshops of life skills and learning different things, starting from the welcome address to this valedictory function. Thank you. So, thank you all.
Now I request our honorary member, Professor Suman Kumar, to have few words.
Thank you, Professor Mustafa. Let me tell you at the very outset, the journey of life skill has got temporary halt for me here because me, Radhaji, Sudhir Kapoor, Professor Raghu, even Sunita Ranjan here, we all started a journey at RGNYT. And I was associated with SANU program. Life skill program was launched there, but these all people were not taking interest in me, neither I was taking interest in life skill. I was always thinking it is not my domain, I am a political scientist. And Radhaji has been asking me to become a member, I was avoiding, but somehow today he has conferred honorary membership and caught hold of me. So, and last year when he asked me to organize this international conference in my college, I said, okay, I'll do it. And last year's President, Sunita Ranjan is here. Gauri is online, perhaps. Gauri was secretary. These two people worked very hard along with me. This conference was a very successful event. So that also motivated me to get interested in life skill and the details. And this time also Radhaji asked me to come a little early and join all the 3 days proceedings. So I'm here and very happily I'm saying that I'm happy to be a member of your organization, and I wish, I was discussing with Radhaji also, I wish that all the agencies or bodies which are working in the field of life skill, they should form a federation and they should work hand in hand to take the issues which life skill and the promoters are facing today, so that jointly they can have a good platform. And from India it is already running or spreading to other places. So once again, thank you very much, Professor Mustafa also, Rama, because you both are the office bearers, and rest other names I have already taken. So whatever, I have perhaps lost the right to give any suggestion because I am a member now. So looking forward to come along with you. Thank you very much.
Yes, please. So one delegate has came as per the request of Sir. Over to you. Please.
A very warm good afternoon to present here all the delegates, the galaxy of life skills, because I can see the life skills not in their talk but in their actions also. When they act, the life skill is like reflecting in their actions. Before that, I am introducing myself. Myself is Ashish Kumar Dubey. I am pursuing my research PhD with Professor Mustafa sir from Central University Kerala. I pursued Masters in Education from Central University Kerala, and I pursued Masters in Commerce from Central University South Bihar, Bodh Gaya. So my research area is life skill, and with that entrepreneurship and employability skill, I presented my paper also. This entire session was 2 enlightening sessions, and that is like being in the galaxy where all the settled stars who are reflecting their reflections in life skills in their day-to-day life. They are nurturing the life skills for the young generation, and they are who are going to save the India in a Vishwaguru. That is my belief. So with this, I am concluding my word. Thanks for giving me this chance to talk with you all.
Now I request Professor Baby Shari, the honorary member of ICLSE, for a few words. Please.
Respected dignitaries and delegates, I would like to talk about my experience with life skill education and this association. We started to know about and be aware about life skills from the Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development maybe before 1 decade. When I was undergoing a training for under the guidance of Dr. Sudhir Sudhir Kapoor, related with, I think, NSS program officers training. And there started a relationship with the RGNIYD, and Dr. Radhakrishnan was identifying talents from the trainees. And there we got opportunity to deal with the course designing and also writing reading material for students and also designing life skill training. But being a psychology teacher, what I felt was that life skill is not particularly a branch of knowledge, but a combined area of psychology, sociology, social work, and many other areas. But still, we were working for life skill development in different groups, and I could get opportunity to design modules for UGC when they were designing training modules for women managers in higher education. Similarly, I could extend that to a number of other areas and stakeholders. But when that came to the level of membership in the association, many a time I found it very meaningless to see that we find some research papers like I am providing some life skill training, and before the participants were like this, all on a sudden the members are or the participants are changing like this, like that. Before after comparisons were highlighted too much, and I felt that that is an over enthusiasm of a young researcher or sometimes overemphasis, and that is a research bias. But later on, when I got opportunity to do PhD work under my guidance, I did some kind of process analysis. What kind of process is undergoing when we provide life skill training? And that was wonderful. And 2 PhDs were awarded under my guidance for related with cognitive skill training of adolescents and also stress management among school teachers. And another work also was proceeded, but that didn't end up because of some personal issues of the research scholars. That was related with social skill development of young students. At the same time, I also would like to share another matter. Like yesterday, there was a panel discussion where we were dealing with a matter of how life skills will be an effective way to intervene into disability. So different discussions were dealing with from their own personal, professional, and research experiences in the area of disability. So I was sharing one of my experiences where we are leading a state-funded implementation project on community-based disability management and rehabilitation, and of which where we have to deal with young adults with intellectual disability, and how we could have some kind of wonderful experiences when we worked on life skills of young adults with intellectual disability. So we were mainly concentrating upon their vocational skill development, and the major difficulty that we felt was pre-vocational skills were properly not being trained when they were working in, when they were dealing with their education in school and higher secondary level. So we don't know what really happens. These young adults, these people with intellectual disabilities are provided with scribe facilities, and somebody else is writing exams for them, and they have good results, and that scores are many a time blocking them from extending to their vocational levels. And another particular matter was that the kind of intervention that we did was recognized by RCI, ISO, and also UNESCO also has given a chair on community-based disability management to our University of Calicut, from where I am coming. Another particular matter that I would like to share with the audience is that life skill-based study was also conducted under my leadership when it was supported by Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan a few years back, and it was found that we always target upon life skills of teachers. But on their performance efficiency, when that was studied from the side of students, what the students told was, it's not, the major aspect is not the skill of the teacher, the attitude matters. The attitude toward the society and the social responsibility that we feel is very, very important when we talk about life skills of any particular sector. Just having skills will not be keeping the person to develop into an efficient citizen or an effective person, but attitude matters. That has to be merged up whenever we think about life skills. Thank you.
Now, with due respect on behalf of the entire gathering here, I request beloved Dr. Sridevi teacher for her remarks. Please.
Thank you very much. I am the odd man out or the odd woman out. Most of you do not know me, and I do not know you too. So it's settled. But I must tell you how happy you have made an 82-year-old woman, a cancer survivor, today in the evening by making her speak to you about life skill or whatever I feel like. Because I was a teacher through and through, I have lots of friends here, and I know they have selected me as as one of the best emeritus teachers. I don't know what exactly is that term, but I always think of Danny Kaye when he was made a general. He was a general, and Danny Kaye, the comedian, didn't know what exactly was his job. So he said, "What do you mean by a general or an inspector general?" And he found a definition. An inspector general generally inspects. And he started inspecting. I've seen lots of pictures of Danny Kaye, most relaxing for me. So what I would like to tell you is that I was listening to whatever you said about, most of you said about this skill or the life skill. It's so simple a thing, so simple because one of my own sirs, Dr. Vedamani Manuel, some of you know him, he's no more. He's in heaven teaching and teaching. So he said, life skill is a skill you practice in life. He started his class with exactly as Danny Kaye said about an inspector general is somebody who inspects generally. But I, as a teacher, will tell you anything and everything that happens in this life or in whatever lives you think about or you are made to think about, it must be something good. Because whenever things go wrong, one of my children, they said, Amma would say, Yende Deivame, Yende Deivame, Yende Ishwara in Malayalam. Oh my God, oh my God. So he would say, everything happens because in Amma's belief, things happen because of this will in God, or fate, or life, in short. So, when you feel that you have some other sort of strength in you, some strength in you which is not yours, or sometimes which is not understood by you, it's something above you or something away from you. So what I would like to tell you is that when God was tired of making a woman, he was making a woman. I've read it in a digest. He said, let's ask somebody to make my particular creature called a woman. And then some voice said, oh God, that's exactly what I do. When I don't understand anything, I say, Indishwara, idendona, Devame, what exactly is this? So I just exclaim, oh God, teach them what exactly is life skill. And God said, this voice was his mother's voice. One of my students asked me, does God believe in motherhood? I said, of course. Who made God? His mother, capital H. His mother made. That's what I believe. So, thank you very much, because you have seen a very old woman who believes in God and who believes that things will be exactly good because God is good. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all the dignitaries and delegates for sharing your valuable thoughts with us. Now we move on to certificate distribution ceremony. I request Dr. A. Radhakrishnan Nair, Founder President IALSE and Chair of ICLSE, to present certificates. I humbly request the following personalities to come over the stage to receive certificates. First, I call upon Dr. Pramila Thapa from Nepal to receive the certificate. Ma'am, please. Mr. Prasad Jayasingha from Sri Lanka. Sir. Next I invite Ms. Aisat Muhammad from Maldives. And Mr. S. Nishant from Madras School of Social Work, Chennai. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Best wishes to everyone.
Now, I request Dr. A. Radhakrishnan Nair, sir, to hand over a token of gratitude to MTTC fraternity. I request Dr. Jojo Jones, sir, Principal in charge of MTTC, to receive the same on behalf of the college.
I request Rema Bide to come over here. I request Professor Maya ma'am to come over here. Bindu ma'am to come over here. I request the available teachers to come over here. I request the 4 coordinators of conference coordinators to come over the stage. Please. Please, please. So we are expecting our chief guest soon. The gratitude to Martiophilus Training College we cannot express in words or a memento or something. It will be reflected in the continuous collaboration that will happen after this conference. I request beloved Principal Dr. Joju John to have his reflections, please.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, galaxy of educational visionaries, warm good afternoon to one and all. Actually, this conference happens to be one of the best blessings of God Almighty, a great gift given by God Almighty. Actually, we could collaborate with Indian Association of Life Skills Education and organize an international seminar of this magnitude, around 100 resource persons, 25 foreign delegates, what not. This is really unbelievable. I thank God Almighty at the very outset. I would also place on record my gratitude to the patron and head of the Malangara Catholic Colleges, more and more Basilius Climus Catholicos, who wants excellence in whatever we try and whatever we do. I place on record my gratitude to Katholikia Bava here. And with Katholikia Bava, Professor Dr. Thomas Utis sir is tirelessly working for all the colleges of Malangara Catholic community. And sir's auspicious presence is here. I place on record the gratitude of MTTC students and faculty to Thomas Utis sir as well. Dear friends, we are highly honored by the presence of former Chief Secretary Dr. Gigi Thompson sir, MKC Nair sir, Baiju sir, esteemed Vice Chancellors, former Chief Secretaries, many people coming and interacting and leading all the deliberations. We have no words, dignitaries. We will be praying for you and looking forward to your greater support and contributions to the society. Dear friends, I would like to acknowledge our gratitude to the Life Skills team, especially Radhakrishnan sir, Mustafa sir, Rama ma'am, and there are a host of them. All are exceptional people, really committed. No motive, they don't have any motive. They just have the motive of spreading values and life skills to the community. Thank you, sirs. We are really indebted to you. And Mar Basilios Engineering College, Principal, Vice Principal, Bassar, Director, everyone, all the faculty members and staff, they have worked tirelessly shoulder to shoulder for making the inaugural ceremony and the valedictory programs beautiful and exceptional. No words, sir. We are really indebted to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dear friends, this conference would not have been a great success except for the participation of foreign delegates and all the delegates from different parts of India. Your presence added value to the deliberations, and we understand your commitment, and we look forward to imitating you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for that. Now, around 100 resource persons popped up, spent their hours and led all the deliberations. We have no words to thank them. About the foreign delegates, about 25 foreign delegates from Sri Lanka, 12 as a team. No words, friends. May God bless you for the noble venture that you have entered into, and we look forward to greater collaborations with you. Now about the team MTTC. So first and foremost, I have to thank Right Reverend Father Thomas Kayalakal, our bursar, and Professor Dr. Maya teacher. These two have been putting in real effort, and they have been doing wonderful work for the success of the program. Kayalakal Achan and my teacher, I bow down, and I am really thankful to both of you. Team MTTC, Radhakrishnan sir was telling that this was possible because all the teachers are with you, tirelessly working for the success, starting from our Ed director, Raghu sir, one of the senior most teacher educators and life skill trainers of India, all the team members of MTTC, all the faculty members, they have done an exceptional job. Thank you, dear friends and colleagues. Dear friends, our research scholars, we do have 55 research scholars, 30 full-time and 25 part-time, and they have worked tirelessly for the completion of this program in this magnitude. All the research scholars, big salute to you and really proud of you. The students of MTTC, SEM 3 and SEM 1, unbelievable 100 gems we are blessed with. They have been working for the last 3 months for this conference, all the research scholars and students, and they have given an outstanding cultural show that none will forget ever in their lives. Amazing team. Big salute to Team MTTC and really feeling proud of you. Dear friends, as we are about to put an end to this 3 days conference, let us commit ourselves for the noble cause of life skills. Now, Mahatma Gandhi pointed out the meaning of life consists in losing ourselves in the service of others, losing ourselves in training people in life skills. That should be the mission of all of us. Let us try our best for that. When the teacher develops life skills, naturally all our students would develop life skills. The entire story should begin with the teachers. I salute all the teachers who are tirelessly molding India and a developed India for sure. Thank you. Good luck and prayers for all of you. Thank you.
Hello.
Vincent van Gogh once said, "Great things are done by a series of small things brought together." Ladies and gentlemen, respected guests and dignitaries, delegates, teachers and students, a very warm welcome to all. Today, we have gathered for the valedictory function of the 9th International Conference in Life Skills Education, jointly organized by the Indian Association of Life Skills Education and Theophilus Training College.
To mark the beginning, let us invoke the presence of God. I invite Adina D for the invocation.
Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Let me invite Professor Dr. Maya S., Professor of Theophilus Training College and Organizing Secretary of ICLSE 2024 for the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, one and all. Respected Chief Guest of the program, Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Government of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, distinguished members of ICLSE, respected dignitaries, professors, students, friends, and all well-wishers. Today, we have come to an end to the 9th International Conference on Life Skill Education on Global Energy for Sustainable Development, integrating life skills for systemic change, organized by Indian Association of Life Skill Education and Theophilus Training College. It has been truly enriching journey over the past few days, filled with insightful presentations, engaging discussions, and a collective spirit of learning and action. Today, we are privileged to have Honorable External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar as the chief guest of the program. A scholar come diplomat come political leader and a humanitarian, Dr. Jaishankar today represents an India that has come a long way from the early days of independence to play an important role in global affairs in its capacity as an economic powerhouse, resilient democracy, and nuclear power. Having a realistic view of foreign policy, he became the second ever diplomat to be appointed as India's External Affairs Minister and is the recipient of Padma Shri Award in 2019. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. We have Shri Gigi Thompson, IAS, former Chief Secretary, Government of Kerala, an able administrator and a humanitarian. And on behalf of the organizing committee, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. We have Professor K.C. Baiju, Vice Chancellor in charge of Central University of Kasaragod, a veteran academician and economist with 37 years of teaching, research, and training expertise. Warm welcome to you, sir. Dr. Radhakrishnan Nair, the founder president of ICLSE and the chairperson of the conference, heart and brain of all activities of ICLSE. Hearty welcome to you, sir. Professor K.V. Thomskutti, former principal of St. John's College, Anjal, and eminent secretary of Malangara Syrian Catholic Colleges. Warm welcome, sir. Other dignitaries on the dais, Professor Dr. Joju John, dynamic principal of Martiophilus Training College, Professor M.N. Mustafa, president of ICLSE, who is the backbone of the program, honorary members of ICLSE, Professor Sudhir Kapoor, Professor Shekhar Sheshadri, Professor M.K.C. Nair, Professor Suman Kumar, Professor Baby Shari, Mrs. Rema Bide, Secretary ICLSE, managers and heads of institutions, representatives from our collaborators of this seminar, ICSSA, Bharat Bhavika Foundation, Ajmal Foundation Assam, FPA India, Jyotis Groups of School, CTEF, Life Skill Education Nepal, Emotional Intelligence and Life Skill Training Team Sri Lanka, IUCS, ARIO, World Curriculum Geneva, Sri Vidyadhiraja International Study and Research Center. Hearty welcome you all to this valedictory program. I welcome all the delegates from abroad and from different parts of India, professors, students of Mar Ivanios Vidyanagar and other esteemed institutions, well-wishers and friends. Once again, hearty welcome to one and all. Thank you.
As a token of love, we honor the dignitaries by adorning the Ponnada. I invite Professor K.V. Thomskutti to adorn the Ponnada on the Honorable Minister, Dr. S. Jayashankar.
I invite Ms. Rama Bhide to adorn the Ponnada on today's guest of honor, Professor K.C. Baiju.
I would like to invite Secretary of AILSE and Organizing Secretary of ICLSE 2024, Ms. Rama Bhide, to present the report of the 9th International Conference on Life Skills Education.
Good afternoon, everyone. The 9th International Conference on Life Skills Education, organized by ILSE in collaboration with Theophilus Training College, Nalanchira, centered around the theme Global Synergy for Sustainable Development, Integrating Life Skills for Systemic Change. This event unfolded over 5 days, encompassing 2 days of pre-conference workshops and 3 main conference days, featuring not only thematic paper presentations, but also a diverse array of sessions. The conference comprised 17 sessions in 3 days, including 4 symposia, 5 panel discussions, a think tank, a round table, a focus group discussion, an NGO conclave, and a teen talk where young students shared insightful perspectives. Discussions spanned a multitude of topics addressing systemic transformation, life skills integration in education, challenges in the digital era, and more. There were collaborative discussions on the imperative of life skills for achieving sustainable development goals, fostering self-reliance, and exploring the intersections of life skills with diverse areas such as yoga, human rights, gender, mental health, and well-being. The pre-conference workshops covered 4 key themes: offering in-depth knowledge on qualitative research methodology in life skills, emotional intelligence and life skills experience sharing, life skills through Panchatantra, and life skills development through community service learning for teachers. Satellite workshops were held in various venues in the state in conjunction with the conference. It has strengthened the ties between the collaborating institutions while providing an enriching experience for the conference. The conference received 150 abstract submissions across 13 sub-themes based on an interdisciplinary approach to life skills in education, employability, gender, empowerment of the disabled, and yoga. Emerging trends and common threads showcase the diversity of thought and research in the life skills domain. The conference witnessed a robust international representation with speakers from Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Amsterdam, Japan, and the US, offering global perspectives. We have delegates present here from Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Maldives. Collaborative efforts and cross-cultural discussions enhance the richness of the conference, fostering a global community dedicated to advancing life skills education. Our collaborating partners, the Indian Council for Social Science and Research, Bharat Bhavika Foundation, Tiruvananthapuram, Family Planning Association of India, Jyotis Central School, Kazakuttam, Ajmal Foundation, Hojai, Assam, Life Skills Education Institute, Nepal, Emotional Intelligence and Life Skills Training Team, Sri Lanka, Indian Ocean Comparative Education Society, World Curriculum, Council for Teacher Education Foundation, Association of International Researchers of Indian Origin, and Sri Vidyadhiraja International Study and Research Center played a crucial role in the conference's success. Their contributions range from financial support to specific initiatives and projects, adding significant value to the overall goals of the conference. Audience engagement both in person and online was vibrant. Participants actively participated in discussions, asked insightful questions, and provided valuable feedback. Interactive elements, including Q&A sessions and panel discussions, enriched the conference experience. Looking ahead, there are plans for future conference and follow-up events. The knowledge gained from this conference will be sustained and applied in the field of life skills education, ensuring a continued impact on global and local educational landscapes. On behalf of ILSE, I extend heartfelt gratitude to the host and co-organizer, Ma Theophilus Training College, its principal, teaching and non-teaching staff, and students for their unwavering efforts and support that have significantly contributed to the success of this conference. Thank you.
The venerated presence of Professor K.V. Thomas Kutty, the Secretary of Malankara Catholic Colleges, has made this occasion a blessed one. I welcome you, sir, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, Dr. G.G. Thompson, IAS, Dr. K.C. Baiju, Dr. Radhakrishnan Nair, Dr. Joju John, the convener of the program, and all the ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries, professors, esteemed scholars, and the participants. And thank you for being part of this international seminar of life skill. My most important task in this session is to represent the Malankara Syrian Catholic Management, His Beatitude Basilis Cardinal-Clemmis, to express our concern, our regards, our love and affection to our chief guest, Dr. S. Jaishankarji, for his esteemed presence in this campus. I am here especially deputed by Basilis Cardinal-Clemmis, the manager of the cluster of institutions in the Marimanis Vidyanagar. And my task is to express the deep love and concern to the chief guest, for taking all the trouble to come over this campus to address the valedictory function of this international seminar. And certainly, I also take this occasion to extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to all the speakers, participants, the sponsors, organizers, especially Sri Sangeet Kumar, Sri Gigi Thompson, IAS, the patrons, advisors, chairpersons, Professor M.N. Mustafa, the conference director, Dr. Georgie John, the convener, and also a host of people. And indeed, for the last 2-3 months, the faculty members of Martha Phyllis Training College, the graduate and PG students of their college, are in a way running pillar to post to make this program a wonderful one. Your effort is not in vain. And I am getting regular feedback from the principal, Dr. Georgie John, on the progress of the arrangements that has been ongoing in this campus. And in this occasion, on the part of the management, I take this occasion to appreciate for organizing this session, this seminar, international seminar, in a wonderful way. And at the same time, I also take this occasion to appreciate the organizers for bestowing the trust on this management and the institution. The confidence that you have bestowed upon this management and the confidence that you have bestowed upon Martha Phyllis Training College. And you gave an opportunity for the institution to host such a wonderful international conference. And indeed, it is all the sessions, all the parallel sessions, all the deliberations, all the discussions, everything went on fine. And while bidding goodbye to this session, I want to request the participants, the scholars, and the eminent professors who are participating in this session that the informations, the encounter, the exposure that you get from this platform is not something for your personal gain and personal profit, but it should be made available to the thousands of people in this country for the betterment of their life. You have to share this knowledge. You have to share the informations you have gathered from here. You have to share the exposure that you have got from these conference platforms to a multitude of people across the country to make the life of the poor people a bit more better than what it is today. It is a great responsibility. And the most important thing is that we have to ask ourselves how responsible we are. How responsible we are. We are responsible to the community, and hence all these academic exercises and deliberations and all these things which is taking place in such platforms should be made available to be beneficial to a multitude of people in this country who has least a chance to participate, least a chance to see, least a chance to have some kind of exposure in such deliberations that is taking place at various parts of the higher education sector. And so, while bidding goodbye to this platform, you have to take a solemn oath to yourself that I will share the skill that which I have acquired from this platform to all the people who happens to come across me, and should be made beneficial to a multitude of population in this country. I learned that a lot of people from the neighboring countries are participating in this program. It is something wonderful, and I hope that you enjoyed Kerala, you enjoyed India. It is a wonderful place, and I think you will take some time to visit all the places nearby and make this travel, make this stay, make these deliberations, and make this participation in this international conference a wonderful experience. And thank you very much. At the very same time, before concluding, once again, on behalf of the management, I wish share our great love and affection to the chief guest of this day, Dr. S. Jayashankarji, for the participation, for visiting our campus, for your participation in this international conference in this Marivanis Vidyanagar. Thank you very much.
I invite Professor Dr. M. N. Muhammaduni alias Mustafa, Professor and Head of the Department of Education, Central University of Kerala, President of IALSE and Director of ICLSE 2024 to address the gathering.
Respected Chief Guest, the Union Cabinet Minister for External Affairs Ministry, Dr. S. Jaishankar ji, Guest of Honor, respected Vice Chancellor of Central University of Kerala, Professor K.C. Baiju sir, beloved Dr. A. Radhakrishnan Nair sir, the Founder President of IALSE, and the revered and distinguished dignitaries of and on the stage and off the stage. As the President of Indian Association of Life Skills Education, let me extend a warm greetings and gratitude to all the effort taken by all the members who had gathered here to accomplish the objectives of this conference. The effort taken by Martiophilus Training College fraternity is really amazing, magical, and commendable. Then we got valuable deliberations, resource inputs in terms of the concepts of life skills and life skills education. We got human resources planted in nature to articulate the concepts of life skills education to the millions of the needy people of the country. And the conference made us to reinvent the self-awareness and the manifestation divine perfection already exists in all of us as visualized by the great youth icon of the country, Swami Vivekananda. And I pledge on behalf of the association, we will work together to materialize the great dreams of the gurus of our great nation through using the life skill tool as an empowering and transforming competency together. With this, let me stop. I wish all the best to all of you who are gathered here. Jai Hind.
For the concluding remarks, let us welcome Dr. A. Radhakrishnan Nair, Founder President, IALC, and Chairperson of ICLSE 2024.
Respected Chief Guest of the Day, Dr. S. Jaishankar sir, our Guest of Honor, Professor K.C. Baiju, Vice Chancellor in charge of Central University of Kerala, our distinguished members, Sri Gigi Thompson sir, Professor M.K.C. Nair, Professor Suman Kumar, Professor Baby Shari, our former Director of NIMHANS, Professor Shekhar Sheshadri, President of IALSE, Professor Mustafa, Dr. Joju John, Ramabide, Maya, and my dear distinguished members from across the country, across the globe, and my dear friends. It is a great privilege for us today, and in fact, in the history of the international conferences of IALSE, this IALSE has a great significance because we have a chief guest like Dr. S. Jaishankar to be with us to deliver the valedictory address. And it is one of our cherished dreams that to have such a visionary leader among us to share his thoughts to us, to take us forward. My dear friends, due to the paucity of time, I am not talking about life skills or about what has happened here because Rama Bide has already given you a very, very brief of what has happened. I would like to tell you few of the resolutions that we have made as an outcome of the conference which we have in the last 3 days. Friends, the first resolution that we took is that the training ecosystem of the teachers in the country from ECCE level to the higher education needs a relook and review on the basis of the new education policy, how we can incorporate the elements of life skills education to realize the dream of Sri Narendra Modi ji, the Honorable Prime Minister, when he has announced the new education policy, he told that the purpose of education is transforming and empowering the youth of the country. And if we want to do that, we have to have a pakka, renewed training ecosystem for the teachers. Friends, our next resolution is that, we have system in place. There is no dearth of resources, mechanisms. But how we will, inculcate life skills among the children. So what we in this conference has deliberated on is that we have to map the life skills especially in the school curricula. Again from ECC to the higher education level, higher secondary level, to see where we can include life skills. So that mapping will help us to integrate life skills education in delivering the curriculum. Why we are thinking of that? It is not possible to have a separate standalone life skill education to be introduced in our school system because of its massiveness. So we have to integrate it, and for that we have to find out ways and means of integration. And the third resolution which we have thought of in this 3 days deliberation is that a comprehensive training manual. Our Professor Sheshadri, in his address a few minutes back, he told that the discussion we have in this platform for differently able, how we can incorporate life skills. So what we are thinking initially, we should have a training manual to help the caregivers, including parents and the disabled people also, how we can train them in life skills to make their life more effective and comfortable. And friends, the next resolution which we have took is that, life skill is one of the most effective way to promote mental health and well-being. The problems which we are, seeing in our country every day. And for that, we have to have a very effective life skills training mechanism to promote mental health and well-being. Another solution is that now our UGC has developed a module for introducing life skills in our higher education system. They have developed an 8-credit module, but it is not delivered properly. So we have to have a mechanism, or we have to, the agencies which is working across the country should come forward and enable our higher education institutions to help them implement the UGC module in all the higher education institutions. Friends, the last but not the least, the agencies which participated in the conference, especially from Maldives, Nepal, Sri Lanka and India. We had a meeting and we have proposed that we should have an informal collective to take forward the decisions which we have taken during this conference, so that we can have very fruitful discussions in the days to come. So we are going to have a life skills collaborative for SAARC countries. So these are the resolutions which we have taken. No, when we are in, very high expectations, your lips get dried up. So you have to get some wetting. Friends, we in these last 3 days deliberations, we have had a lot of discussions, and we have taken a resolution that we will try to implement all the resolutions which we have taken, and we will look forward with the great expectations that our policy makers in the country will support all the initiatives of all the organizations which are working in the field of life skills education. Before completing it, I have a very small request to our Honorable Minister to make, because sir, those who are sitting here are all fan of yours. Everybody has a wish, either to take a selfie or to take a group photo or to get a autograph in their books. So especially even my secretary, when she know that you are coming for this conference, she told that, I am myself and my husband is the greatest fan of sir, so I have to have a selfie with him. I told her that I will request him so that you will get it. So similarly, sir, several people are wishing. I don't know how much time you have to spend with us. I hope that it is going to be happen. And so I wish each and everyone who came here a wonderful time, and I extend my heartfelt thanks to our Archbishop Benedict Clemis Bishop for giving us the permission to conduct this program. Without his blessings and support, we could not have the program here, and Dr. Joju John and the entire team of Martha Phyllis College to making it successful. Thanks a lot. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you, sir. I would like to invite the guest of honor, Professor K.C. Baiju, Vice Chancellor in charge of Central University of Kerala, to address our envious audience.
Very good morning. The very distinguished and esteemed Honorable Minister of External Affairs of the Union Cabinet, Dr. S. Jaishankar, esteemed well-renowned and well-reputed bureaucrats, and my alumni also at the Department of Economics, Karyavatam, Sri Gigi Thompson IAS, my own fraternity principal, this Professor Thomas Kuti, Professor Mustafa, the president of this association, Life Skill Association, Dr. Radhakrishnan. Formerly, he was the registrar of our Central University of Kerala, as well as other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. This is an esteemed and a privileged moment to the state as well. Why I should say that Kerala stands on the way in demarcating the development process of a nation as a showcased example in family planning, in public distribution system, in literacy mission, and in every strata of development domain. Kerala comes first. And where the life skill education and the endeavor of life skill education is also being triggered off. This is very, very fascinating, and this is very, very amazing. And in my perception, 1 or 2 minutes, because very, very luminary is on the dais, therefore I will not spoil the time, the valuable time. Only 1 or 2 thoughts which are coming to my mind is that Kerala, China is getting older and older, while India is getting younger and younger, while Kerala getting older and older. Therefore, this is the cliche. China is getting older and older with the demographic composition, where the bliss of demographic dividend is being at our doorstep, that is India, with 140 crores of population, where more than 60 crores of population would be in the straight jacket of 15 to 45 by productive age group. And where skill development, now the manifestation of our union government is nothing but skill enhancement. But previously I was in the Institute of Management as a faculty, where Alfonso Kannandan sir, IAS, he is always telling that while addressing the training participants or the participants who are attending the training, that is, don't start with KSA. But in Masuri, I experienced the KSA only. But I will be reversing that. That is ask. That is knowledge, skill, attitude. Reverse gear. That is ask. Why can't we put it on the other way around? That is ask. That is attitude. Then the skill. Then the knowledge. Then the reciprocity of the three. Therefore, a synergetic output or a spillover effect will be coming. Therefore, that is very, very important. Therefore, here I would say that across the states in India, Kerala could lead the way. Why and how? That is, we do have knowledge. We do have the entitlement to imbibe the skills, but whether we do have the attitude to deliver it on the ground, at the doorstep. This is the larger question, where my humble suggestion is that skill development is to be instilled, inculcated, and carved in the curriculum at the lowest level. And that is even it starts from the home, and it should emanate from the home, and it should be reared, nurtured at the kindergarten, even at the primary section onwards. Therefore, this is a good attempt on the part of these education visionaries, and I appreciate each and every personnel who had worked or who had toiled for the last 3 days for this conference, and make it as a success, and all the best for the endeavor of this association. Thank you very much.
Today, we have an eminent personality with us, none other than the Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, an Indian diplomat and politician who has served in different capacities throughout India and abroad. A person of high morale, an administrator and a humanitarian who holds our nation to his heart. I would like to invite the Honorable Minister for the release of Proceedings Book and for the valedictory address. Let us all lend our ears and devote ourselves to the most awaited moment of his address. Sir, please.
The guest of honor, Professor K.C. Baju, Dr. A. Radhakrishnan Nair, Shri G.G. Thompson, Professor K.V. Thomas Kutty, Shri Dr. Joju John, Professor M.N. Mustafa, Professor M.K.C. Nair, Professor Shekhar Sheshadri, Professor Baby Shari, Professor Suman Kumar, Dr. S. Maya, Ms. Rama Bide, dear friends, academics and students. I'm really very, very pleased to join you this afternoon at the valedictory ceremony of the 9th International Conference on Lifestyles Education. Now, over yesterday and today, I think, you have all been discussing this subject. And we know, all of us, what is it which we are trying to develop through these conversations. Our hope is that whether they are young people who are starting their professional life, or whether they are those who are more experienced but who continue to aspire to better themselves, we all want to develop our competencies. We would like to also, I would say, develop or refine our interpersonal skills. We want to be able to make informed judgments, informed decisions. Where we encounter problems, we want to solve it in the best possible way. And obviously, we want to communicate what are our concerns or what are our interests in as effective a manner as possible. We would like to build relationships, because without relationships, you can't get anything done in life. We want to think positively, we want to think creatively. Sometimes, if the occasion requires, we want to think critically. So, in short, what we are trying to do through our life skills conversation, life skills teaching, life skills learning, we want to develop what are the right attitude towards life, attitudes that would make us more empathetic people, make us people who are comfortable with ourselves, who really would, who in a sense like life, enjoy life, want to go further in life. This is our objective. Now, as someone who's a little bit advanced in life, let me try and share with you what have been, in a sense, my own experiences. And I say this particularly addressing those who are sitting at the farther end of the room. I would say it's very important, first of all, to overcome fear of failure. Because all of us want to try something, but we are always worried what happens if we don't succeed. So, people will always say about themselves and about other people. We talk about the exams we passed. I don't know how many of us talk about exams we didn't pass, attempts we made. And I think Mr. Thompson and I think others here, many of us would say, okay, we passed the UPSC. But I would also tell you, I have sat myself for IIT entrance exam, I did not pass. I sat for an IIM exam, I did not pass. Fortunately, I passed, got into college, I got my master's, I got a few degrees after that. But I say this because people, everybody wants to try. But sometimes people hesitate from trying something because you are held back by what happens, oh my God, if it doesn't work out. So how to develop that, overcome that fear of not succeeding is a very important part of succeeding. The second point I would make is really, in terms of life skills, I spoke about building competencies. I would say building strengths is in a way, because sometimes competencies are very professional. Building strengths are something much deeper, much more emotional, much more, I would say, approach towards life and attitude towards life, and something which also handles non-work situations as well. But when it comes to what we want to do with life, I think you can build strengths best by liking what you do. And again, I speak to you from my personal experience. I began educationally as a science student. And to be very honest, I did science only because in my generation, there was pressure to do science. In my family, my father did science, my brother did science, so you feared that if you didn't do, they will think that there's something, you're not up to the mark. So I did my school living in science, I did my first degree in science. I got into IIT, not on the engineering, I actually got in for a master's degree in science, in chemistry. I was, I think, an average plus student, but then, honestly, my heart was not in it. So I would do what I had to do, but I didn't do it with the passion and the interest which you have to do if you have to do well in life. And then I switched my stream. I switched my stream and it was an accident. Okay, it was an accident. I was studying in IIT in Delhi. Next to it was a university called JNU. Okay, so I switched from IIT to JNU, and actually for maybe about 2 weeks I was too afraid to tell my father that I had done this, but I told my mother. And you know, mothers are very good at protecting their children. So I don't know if she told my father or not, but at least to me she did not say that she had. Once I joined JNU, and I joined in political science, and I was very deeply interested in it. I actually used to read what was my curriculum textbook for my enjoyment. So imagine if you are doing a degree, all of you have some passion. You know, there's something you want to do. Nowadays you may not do it on a book, you may do it on a tablet, on a phone. Imagine if that, what you like doing, becomes your life. Your life changes completely. Because now everything you want to do is actually is something you are enjoying. So I went through, you know, my master's degree, my next degree, and then I had to make some kind of employment choice. And you know, I was liking what I was doing. And my father used to work in the government. So he was a very smart man. He knew how to deal with his children. So he asked me one day, saying, you are studying international relations, you are studying politics, you are studying. So do you want to keep studying so that you read about what other people do? Or do you want to do? You know, think about it. So that's all he said. He didn't tell me go do UPSC. He gave me that idea that if you go through, you know, UPSC in my case, and today, I mean, when I say do something, it doesn't have to be UPSC. There are hundreds, thousands of ways of doing things. But how once he put it in my head that, look, you've been studying it, there is an option for you to actually practice it. That's how actually I took the UPSC exam. Fortunately, I passed, and I joined the government. Now, I relate this to you because if I were to give a single, I would say, life skills and lifestyle advice, that one advice would be try to do what you like to do. And I assure you, nothing will develop a more positive feeling in you towards life and towards your own daily activities. Now, having joined the government, you know, we got to work. In my case, we went out to embassies. I did 8 embassies over 41 years. Worked in the government in Delhi. And then there are some learnings you pick up. And these are learnings you pick up because these are also life skills that you have learnt on the job. One of them is, of course, knowing your limits. Now, you will say this is the opposite. On the one hand, I'm telling you, you know, you should aim high, you should do everything, you should push yourself. So why is the same person telling you know your limits? Because in real life, all of us cannot know everything. But I think the smart ones know what they don't know. And more important, know someone who knows what they don't know. So often in life, it is you have your strengths, you have your competence. If you have developed the self-awareness, the humility, to say, okay, some things I don't know. I mean, I don't know, for example, I know very little about anything medical. You know, I don't know that much about economics. I was asking Professor Baiju today. I will tell you that is a further conversation. So I don't know very much about economics. So, but key is, if you have the good relationships, and that is why relationships is important, that is where team spirit is important. If you know other people who, you say, okay, that friend of mine, that colleague of mine, this is a very famous person, very competent person. If you can develop that ability to tell yourself that I should be prepared, however advanced in life, you know. I'm close to almost 50 years of work, you know. There are still things I don't know. And by the way, particularly when it comes to a lot of tech matters, I talk to people who, you know, who would be younger than my children. And I do that because I know that they know many things which I don't. So how to develop that attitude, practice that attitude, because often with people, and you don't, you know, even younger people, often your ego, your self-esteem, they hold you back. You know, you don't want to tell your best friends that, you know, I actually don't know this. You want to look good. I want to look good in front of everybody. So how to overcome that desire to always look good, match it with a sense that I will succeed if I get the right advice, the right input. I think that is also a great life skill. Now, that life skill actually is today central very much to developing a team spirit, to, as I said, work with other people, to nurture interpersonal skills. And you know, in this regard, as I said, you know, it's important somewhere in life both to develop a purpose and a passion. If the two are same, you are on a fantastic course. They don't have to be the same. You know, I have a great passion for cricket, but I don't think I will succeed. I could have succeeded in life as a cricketer. So sometimes your passions may be in parallel, you know, with your purpose or your interest. Maybe that was a case where I knew my limits. So you can, I would say, go through life with these twin markers. You know, what interests you, what motivates you, what drives you. What is it you are prepared to stay up later at night and get up early in the morning because something very, very interesting has happened. You know, I'll tell you a small story which in a way will tell you what interest can do. I was in the year 2001, I was in the Czech Republic. Okay. In the Czech Republic, now is more connected. I'm talking 2001, which many of you would not, some of you may not even have been born here. You would remember there was an Indian cricket team that went to Pakistan to play a match. You know, when Virender Sehwag, if my memory serves me right, scored his triple century in Multan. Now, I was living in Europe. It's 3.5 hours, 4.5 hours time difference. So match starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is 4:30 in the morning. In winter time is 3.5 hours, 5:30 in the morning. In a very cold place, which is snowing, which is minus 15 degrees, where you actually struggle to get to work at 9 o'clock every morning. And I told my wife, I said, you know, what we had done in the embassy was we all came together. We put money, contributed money. I was the ambassador, so I gave the most. And we bought a card. Okay, so to buy a card, somebody had to go to another country, Austria. Buy a card. With that card, you could then access seeing that particular channel. Well, you know, those days, technology was like that. We will remember it. Not everybody will remember it. Some of them will not know it. Now, I told my wife the day before, I said, you know, tomorrow morning, don't worry. From early morning, people will start coming home. You stay upstairs. Just clear up the drawing room area. She said, no, no, nobody will come at 4:30. I'm in 5:30. What are you talking about? You looked at the weather outside. I can tell you my entire embassy, people who struggle to get to work at 9 o'clock, 10 minutes before the match, the entire embassy was there. Okay. And I say this as an example that if people have an interest, there's nothing they're not prepared to do if it really drives them. And when we talk about pursuit of excellence, we talk about competing, we talk about, how to succeed in life. We talk about being happy. All of that comes from, as I said, a purpose and a passion. The more they match, the better for you. Don't be disappointed if they do not always match. That is also a reality in life. But if you can pursue it, I assure you that, it will keep driving you. I also would say, because we are all humans, there are character traits which are very important. Now, there is a phrase that honesty is the best policy. Okay? We all think it's a very noble thing to say. Actually, it's a very practical thing to say. Because if you are honest, you will never have a problem remembering what it was. If you are not honest, you sometimes forget in life what was it you said. So somewhere along the way, you will make some error. I will tell you first time, I couldn't come to your house for this reason. But fifth time, I will forget what it is I told him and I will give some other reason. That day you will discover how honest I am. So there is I would say, a great virtue and a great value in being honest. There is also very high ethics in being honest. That is I would say, a bonus. But when it comes to interactions, my business, whether as a politician today, I'm a very junior politician. I've been politician for 5 years. But I've been a diplomat for 41 years. There are two things which drive this profession, because this is a profession about people. You can be the smartest person. If you do not connect with people, it doesn't help you being smart. To connect with people, you need chemistry, which means you have to develop likability. You have to be emotional. You don't have to be visibly emotional, but somewhere there has to be feeling. We are all taught we should control our feelings. Very good. I also control my feelings most of the time. But I would say how to be in a way, how to connect. Those who connect, whether you connect as a team, whether when you say interpersonal skills, it is about connection. And the second is to be credible. That, you would be surprised how many things I have done in my professional life. I do even today. Because if you develop over a period of time a sense that what you say is credible. Again, my word is as good as a bond. That if I promise something, I will deliver it. And if you keep delivering over a period of time, people take your promises seriously. If you tell people, I will trust me, I can't do it now, but I will at some stage, I promise you I will do it. All of us in our own circle and bigger circles, we develop reputations. Even in our family, in each of our families, there would be people whom we will believe more than others. And that is something which comes out of experience. That if you have a brother or a sister or a cousin or an uncle, somebody who doesn't live up over a period of time to what they say they will do, their credibility will go down. So whether it is today politics, whether it is today diplomacy, and these are the two things in which I've spent most of my working life, I would say the credibility and chemistry. These are really very, very important, and in a sense, as I said, nations are like individuals. In diplomacy, you promise or you deliver on behalf of your nation. You're not speaking, you're speaking as a person, but you are representing a nation as well. And finally, life has challenges. It comes with life. And a lot of life is about assessing risks. That you come to some point, you have 2 choices, 3 choices. What do you do? Do you go, as I said, do you sit for the exam? Don't you sit for the exam? Or do you, choose this profession? Do you choose that profession? Within a profession, do you make this choice or that choice, this decision, that decision? How do you assess risks and how do you develop judgment? Because well-regarded people in life are the people with deep knowledge. The other are really people with very good judgment. And, every day, in big ways and small ways, judgments are constantly tested. So these were some of the thoughts, when I was invited to join the valedictory function. I thought, let me at least on life skills share some, if not skills, at least some thoughts from my own life, from experiences. But I came here today also because this morning I did a program called Vikasit Bharat Yatra, which is really to demonstrate what has changed in the country, in our society, in the last 10 years. And you can say in a way, this is all that I spoke to you about. Communication, developing strengths. My previous event was actually about how we are today providing the country and the less fortunate and the more vulnerable with opportunities to develop life skills. Because those who have opportunities, those who are well placed, it's not difficult. It's natural from there you want to go forward. But it's always good to look over your shoulder. Not everybody is always as fortunate as we may be. So how do we, in a sense, not just improve ourselves, because that's why this term, Vikasit Bharat. Vikasit Bharat is when 1.4 billion, 140 crores will all go forward. But they will go forward only if there are opportunities. And opportunities today mean every house must have water, piped water, every house must have power, everybody must have a road to the place where they live. People must have a house. Having a house is no longer a luxury. People must have opportunity for education. People must have health access. If they have health access, the medicine should be affordable. So these are, it can be very basic, like, this switching from firewood to gas. Now for, many of us in the room, probably we've never seen firewood. But there are still very large number of people in this country who cook on firewood. So part of, I would say, the responsibility which comes with progress is also that if you are a collective, looking after the entire collective is also something which is part of progress. And which is why, this event in the morning was so important for me. But I give you another example, because you would have seen this in the news today. A few days ago, a ship, a Liberian ship, with an Indian captain and Indian crew, mostly Indian crew, was taken over by pirates. This was west of India. And yesterday, in fact, as I was coming in, I came from Kathmandu to Bangalore to Thiruvananthapuram. This was my journeys for the day. Actually, the Navy was in the act of boarding this ship. Now, I mentioned this to you not only because it is in the news, because when I said how to assess risks, how to take a judgment, how to decide what is the right course of action, because life is not without risks. I mean, we see this every day, and you know, in a sense, the more we connect with the world, different kinds of risks come. I mean, look at the COVID experience that we all had. I mean, the COVID was, every day was a risk. Every person you were meeting, you know, in some way or the other, could be a problem for us. But you can't stop life because, you know, of risks. So how to manage risks, how to deal with that is actually, in a way, a very deep life skill, lifestyle, I would say, judgment. And let me finally end with one other point. Life is competitive, you know, in every form. I mean, every day in some form we compete with each other, sometimes consciously, sometimes naturally. But because it is competitive, doesn't mean that we subjugate all our other interests and relationships and feelings in the pursuit of competition. That sensible competition, I would say, you know, it's a bit like running a sprint versus life is a marathon. You know, you're running every day. So it's good. Even in a marathon, people, you know, speed up and slow down. That can happen. But somewhere in life, the importance of values, of, in a sense, of standards, of norms, of ethics. That is why when I said develop a passion, but develop a purpose. I think having a purpose is also something which is very important in life. So let me conclude once again really by thanking you all for the opportunity to meet you today, to share some of my own experiences in life. I hope, but I know that this conference will be one step in the larger direction of what we are trying to do. And, you know, when we look again, when we speak about Vikasit Bharat will require a completely, you know, a much higher level of, I would say, human skills, of human development, of human resources. And I do believe that what we are today talking about will be a very important aspect of that. So once again, thank you very much. Yellarkum namaskaram.
Dr. Sudhir Kapoor. I request Dr. Sudhir Kapoor to join us on the dais.
Two lines for मंत्री जी. कुछ तो खूबियां रही होंगी तुम में, कुछ तो खूबियां रही होंगी तुम में, वरना देश तुम पर इस तरह फिदा नहीं होता.
Thank you, sir. Let us now take a moment to express our sincere gratitude to all the eminent personalities. For this, I invite Professor Dr. Joju John, Principal, Theophilus Training College and Convener of ICLSE 2024.
As the curtains of the international conference is gradually coming down, this is an auspicious moment to thank the distinguished guests who are on and off the dais. Most respected Dr. S. Jayashankar sir, Honorable Minister for External Affairs, Government of India, esteemed guests of honor on and off the dais. Now this conference is blessed to have a truly international resource person, but 100% Indian. None other than Dr. S. Jayashankar sir, our pride, the true pride of India. Today, he has enlightened us on overcoming fear of failure, building strengths, liking what we do, building relationships and team spirit, and the need for credibility and chemistry. He is always assertive, but always ethical. Sir, we are really honored by your esteemed presence today. All of us who have gathered here salute you, and we express our deepest gratitude to you, sir. Thanks a lot. Professor K.C. Baiju, sir, talked on India's opportunities and demographic advantage. Dear sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor in charge of our Central University, your presence here adds beauty to this program. Thanks a lot to you, sir. Now the smiling presence of Gigi Thompson, IAS, adds valor and beauty to this conference. Thanks a lot to you, sir. Now we have got Radhakrishnan, sir, the brain behind this conference, and all of us are really indebted to you, sir. Thank you very much, Radhakrishnan, sir. Professor M.N. Mustafa, sir, has been working tirelessly for the last 1 week for the success of this conference with his team. Thank you, Mustafa, sir, for your tireless efforts. I would like to thank Rema Bide ma'am and Professor Dr. Maya for continuously working hard, being the general organizers of this program. No words to thank you, dear friends. Now, all the dignitaries present here, all the resource persons, delegates, and students, no words but thanks and prayers for you. Salute.
Thank you, sir. As we conclude this function, let us all stand together in solidarity for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request all the invitees to please be seated. Please remain in your seats. As we wished, our Honorable Minister has granted us to have a photo. So, I request the audience to remain in their seats. I repeat, I request the audience to remain in their seats and please do not stand up. I also request the delegates on the stage to be seated as well.
Just as a masterful author skillfully constructs a plot, life unfolds beautifully when guided by the mastery of essential life skills. Here, diverse ideas collide and brilliance is born. Hence, a good program never ends, but only takes a pause and keeps us awaiting for the next. Let us part with wisdom and enlightened minds. Thank you. Thank you all. Tea and snacks is provided outside, so kindly please. The certificates are available at college, so those who are yet to receive the certificates, please collect it from Theophilus Training College.